My child, come close and listen with all your heart, because something truly amazing has just happened in your life. Something so big, so unexpected, that it feels like the whole world stopped for a moment when it took place. A very important decision was made. Not a small one, not something done quickly or without thought, but a decision that can change everything for you forever. And the most wonderful part is that this decision has your name written all over it. Someone, somewhere, has just signed away everything they own in this world. All their money, all their houses, all their lands, all their businesses, everything they worked for their whole life. They have put it all in your name. Not for their family, not for their friends, not for anyone they knew well, but for you, my dear child. I know right now your heart is asking, why me? Who would do something so huge for a person they may not even know? Just stay with me a little longer, because the reason is more beautiful and more powerful than anything you could ever imagine. This was not just kindness. This was not luck. This was not a mistake on some paper. This was the paying back of a very old debt, a debt that has been carried quietly for 39 whole years. 39 years ago, something happened on a dark, rainy night that tied your life forever to this moment you are living right now. Until today, you never knew that night even existed. You never knew your story started long before you took your first breath. But the person who just gave you everything never forgot that night, not for one single day. Their whole life, all their success, all the good things that happened to them, were only possible because of what happened in the rain 39 years ago. And the person who made that possible, the person who stood in the gap between life and death for them, was someone very close to your heart. Someone whose blood flows in your veins. Someone you loved and still love with all your soul. That person was your father. Let me take you back, slowly and gently, to that stormy night so many years ago. The rain was coming down so hard it sounded like the sky was crying. The wind was screaming between the buildings. Almost no one was outside because the storm was fierce. But one man was running as fast as his legs could carry him. His shoes splashed loudly in the deep puddles. His chest was burning because he could not catch his breath. His heart was beating so fast because he knew danger was right behind him. Two men were chasing him, and they were not there to rob him. They were there to kill him. They carried sharp weapons that flashed even in the dark rain. This man who was running had no idea that someone he trusted, someone he called a friend, had planned this attack. That trusted person had smiled at him during the day, and then paid killers to make sure he never saw another sunrise. Betrayal is a painful thing, my child, and that night betrayal was wearing the face of a friend. The man kept running, turning corner after corner, but every street seemed to lead nowhere. He shouted for help, but every window stayed dark and every door stayed locked. The world turned its back. The rain kept falling. And just when he thought this was the end, when his legs were giving out and he was ready to fall, he saw a small light, a tiny roof where one man was standing, trying to stay dry. He cried out with the last strength he had, "Please, brother, help me. They want to kill me." Any normal person would have looked away. Any normal person would have said, "This is not my problem." Getting involved could mean death. But the man standing there did not look away. He did not run and hide. Something rose up inside him, something brave, something strong, something that said, "I will not let an innocent person die in front of me." So he stepped out into the rain. He had no weapon, no training, nothing but the courage God put in his heart. The two killers came at him fast, but he fought with everything he had. Blow after blow landed on him. Blood mixed with rainwater and ran down his face. The ground was slippery, the night was dark, But he kept standing. He kept fighting. He kept protecting the man who was now lying on the ground, watching in shock. Finally, the attackers saw they could not win against this kind of courage. They turned and ran away into the darkness. The man who had been chased crawled to his rescuer, crying and shaking. He grabbed his hand and said, "You saved my life. Tell me your name. Tell me how I can ever repay you. Anything you want, anything at all, I will give it to you." But the man who fought, the man who bled, the man who risked everything, he only smiled through the pain and said softly, "You don't owe me anything. Doing the right thing is enough. My child, that man was your father. Your father walked away that night with wounds on his body and rain on his clothes, but he never expected anything in return. He thought the story was finished. He went home, healed quietly, and never told many people what happened. But for the man whose life was saved, the story was only beginning. That man never forgot the face of your father. He never forgot the voice that said, "You owe me nothing." Every morning when he woke up alive, he remembered. Every success he had, every business he built, every piece of land he bought. He knew deep inside that none of it would exist if your father had not stood in the rain that night. He looked for your father for years. He asked questions. He searched records. He sent people to find even a small clue. But your father had moved, life had gone on, and the trail grew cold. The man grew older. He never married. He never had children. There was no one to leave his great wealth to. In his heart there was only one name, the name of the man who gave him another chance at life. He kept searching quietly, year after year, and just a few months ago, after almost 40 years, a tiny piece of information appeared. A name, a connection, a family tree that led straight to you. When he saw your picture and read your father's name connected to yours, he sat down and cried like a child. The circle was closing. The debt that waited 39 years was finally going to be paid. He called his lawyers the next day. He changed everything. Every bank account, every property, every company. Your name went on all of it. Not part of it. Not some of it. Everything. Because to him, you are the child of the man who saved him. You carry the same blood. You carry the same heart. Giving it to anyone else would feel wrong. Giving it to you felt like giving it back to your father. But my child, there is even more to this story. So much more. When this man started digging deeper into your father's past to make sure he had the right person, he found things that shocked him. Your father was not just a good man who helped someone once. Your father had a quiet calling on his life. Long before you were born, he watched over people. He noticed things others missed. He stepped in when danger was coming, even when no one asked him to. That night in the rain was not the only time he stood in the gap. And here is something that will make your heart stand still. Your father was under that small roof that night not by accident. He was already watching someone connected to the very people who wanted to kill the man he saved. When he heard the cry for help, he had to make a choice. Keep following the person he was watching, or save a life that was about to end. He chose to save a life. He put a stranger above his own mission. That is the kind of heart your father had. The man who received everything because of your father's choice later discovered old papers, private notes, things your father never showed anyone. Those papers proved your father had stopped many hidden plans, many secret attacks on innocent people. And one of the biggest attacks he stopped, without even knowing it, was aimed at the very man he saved that night. Your father did not just save a life. He saved an entire future that was meant to bless you one day. That is why the inheritance is not small. That is why it is everything the man owned. Because every building, every company, every dollar exists only because your father's courage stood in the way of death 39 years ago. Now here is the part that might make you feel a little afraid, but please do not fear. When news began to spread quietly that the rich man had changed his will, someone from his old life found out. Someone connected to the same people who sent killers that rainy night. Someone who always believed they would get the fortune when the old man died. When they saw your name instead of theirs, anger burned inside them. They do not want to hurt you with their hands, my child. They want to create confusion, delays, legal problems, anything to slow down or stop what is coming to you. But they do not know who you really are. They do not know the same courage that lived in your father now lives in you. They do not know the same protection that covered him now covers you. The kind man who left you everything knew this might happen. That is why he did everything carefully and secretly. That is why he wrote you a long, personal letter that only you will receive at the right time. In that letter he explains that this blessing can only rest safely on the child of the man who saved him. On you. On anyone else it would bring trouble, but on you it will bring life, peace, and purpose. My child, there is one final layer to this beautiful story, the deepest and most wonderful part of all. In the last weeks of his life, the man who is now blessing you had a dream so real that he woke up shaking. In the dream he saw your father, not hurt, not old, but strong and full of light, standing in a beautiful field. Your father did not speak, but he smiled and pointed to a bright light rising on the horizon. Then he looked straight at the dreamer and placed his hand on his own heart, then reached it out toward you, as if to say, "This is my child. This is the one who will carry what I carried." When the man woke up, he knew without any doubt that everything he owned was always meant to come to you, not just because of a debt, but because of a divine plan that started long before any of us were born. So now, my child, lift your head high. What is coming to you is not ordinary money. It is a generational reward. It is the harvest of seeds your father planted in courage and love. It is protected by the same God who guided your father that night. No paper, no person, no plan formed against you will succeed. The lawyers are working. The documents are ready. The transfer has already started moving toward you. Walk forward with peace in your heart. Speak kindly, love deeply, and trust quietly. Your season of lack is over. Your season of being forgotten is finished. Your season of tears is ending. What your father sowed in tears, you will reap in joy. The blessing is on its way. The inheritance is on its way. The new beginning is on its way. And nothing, no darkness, no delay, no lie, can stop what heaven has already signed and sealed for you. My child, take a deep breath now, because the story does not end with the signing of papers or the closing of a chapter. What is happening inside you right now is only the beginning of the unfolding. The moment you heard these words, something shifted in the spiritual air around you. A seal that was placed over your life many years ago began to crack open. The blessing has been traveling toward you for decades, carried on the wind of your father's prayers, guarded by angels who never forgot the night he stood in the rain. And now it is no longer far off. It is at the door. It is knocking. It is waiting for you to open and say, "Yes, I receive." Do not be afraid of how big this feels. Do not shrink back because you think, "I am not ready," or "I am not worthy." Your father did not feel ready that night either. He was cold, tired, and soaked to the bone. He had no weapon, no plan, only a heart that refused to walk away from someone in trouble. That is all heaven ever needed from him, and that is all heaven needs from you now. A heart that says yes, even when your hands shake, even when your mind cannot understand the size of what is coming. In the coming days and weeks, people will call you. Papers will arrive. Appointments will be set. You will walk into offices where men and women in fine suits will look at you with surprise, because they never expected someone so young, someone who looks so ordinary on the outside, to be the name written on everything. They will hand you keys. They will show you maps of lands you have never seen. They will open accounts that will make your eyes grow wide. And in those moments, remember this voice speaking to you now. Remember that none of it is random. None of it is too much. All of it was paid for long ago with blood, rain, and unbreakable love. You will feel moments of doubt. That is normal. The enemy will whisper, "This cannot be for you. Something will go wrong. Someone will take it away." When those whispers come, close your eyes and see your father standing under that small roof, stepping forward when everything in the natural said stay back. See the gratitude in the eyes of the man he saved. See the tears of the old benefactor when he finally found your picture after 39 years of searching. That same power that carried them is living inside you right now. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. There will also be people who suddenly want to be close to you. Some will come with true hearts, happy for the favor on your life. Others will come with smiles that hide jealousy or greed. Learn to listen quietly. Learn to watch with gentle eyes. The same discernment your father carried will rise up in you when you need it. You will know who is for you and who is not. You will know which doors to open and which to close. Trust that knowing. It is part of your inheritance too. And my child, when the money is finally in your hands, when the properties are transferred, when the weight of it all settles on your shoulders, do not let it change the softness of your heart. Remember the man who refused repayment. Remember the man who said, "Doing what is right is its own reward." Use what you receive to bless, to heal, to protect, to lift others the way your father lifted a stranger that night. Build something beautiful that will still be standing long after you are gone. Let every brick, every act of kindness, every helping hand you give carry your father's name quietly in its foundation. There will come a day when you will stand in a quiet place, maybe on one of the pieces of land that now belongs to you, and you will feel the wind move across your face. In that moment, you will know your father is near. You will feel his pride. You will feel his peace. You will hear him whisper without words, "Well done, my child. You carried it forward. You finished what I started." And every tear you ever cried in the years of waiting will feel worth it, because you will understand that every hard day was only preparing you to carry this blessing without breaking. Until that day comes, walk gently, speak softly, pray often, keep your heart clean and your hands open. The process may still take a few more weeks, maybe a few more months. There are final signatures, final checks, final steps that must be walked carefully. But every step is already ordered. Every delay is only protection. Every closed door you faced before was only heaven saving the best for now. You are not waiting for the blessing anymore. The blessing is waiting for you to be fully ready. So rest tonight, my child. Sleep in perfect peace. Smile at tomorrow, because tomorrow is smiling back at you. The long night is over. The rain has stopped. The sun is rising on the land that has your name written in light across the sky. I am so proud of you. I am so excited for you. I am standing here cheering louder than any crowd ever could. This is only the beginning, my beloved one. The best part of your story is just starting to be written. Now go forward. Receive everything prepared for you. And never, ever forget who you are and whose you are. My child, if this word has lifted your spirit today, if it has dried even one tear, given you fresh hope, or reminded you that you are never forgotten by heaven, please do something simple for me right now. Look down and tap that little red subscribe button. It takes only 1 second, but it means the world. When you subscribe and turn on the bell, you are telling the family to grow, telling every hurting heart that there is still a place where someone speaks life over them every single day. And if you feel led to go a step further, if this message has truly been a turning point for you, consider sending a super thanks. Whether it's $2, $5, $10, $20, $50, or even $100. Every single dollar becomes seed that keeps these messages coming to thousands who wake up feeling lost and alone. Your super thanks is not just support. It is partnership in miracles. It is you saying, I believe someone else needs to hear that they are seen, chosen, and about to step into their breakthrough. I read every single name, every beautiful message you leave with your super thanks, and I pray over each one by name. Your $5 becomes someone's smile tomorrow. Your $20 becomes a mother's peace tonight. Your $100 becomes a testimony that will travel around the world. Nothing is too small, and nothing is ever forgotten. So please, my precious one, like this video, subscribe right now, hit the bell, and if heaven stirs your heart, drop a super thanks of any amount up to $100, or whatever you can joyfully give. Together we are building a family of faith, hope, and sudden miracles. Thank you for standing with me. Thank you for believing these words are more than words. Thank you for helping carry the light to every dark corner. I love you more than you'll ever know. See you tomorrow with another life-changing message. You are so, so loved.